It's Sunday, December 26, 2021. I hope everybody had a phenomenal Christmas. I hope everybody really just gave thanks for everything that they have. I hope everybody was able to spend time with family and friends. And I hope all of you took a little bit of time to prepare for what's coming in 2022. I'm just going to share a couple articles with you today. We'll talk about what's happening with the airlines. I want to go over this article right now on CNBC that I was reading this morning. Before I do, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you share these videos and make sure you hit the bell notification down below so that you are alerted with the newest videos. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. But let's get into this article I was reading this morning on CNBC. It's titled, "Despite Supply Issues and the Health Crisis, Holiday Sales Rise 8.5%. Now, on this, I call BS. So we're up, sales rise 8.5% from last year. We're at around 7% inflation. Gas is up 58%. Meat's up almost 30%. Everything is up across the board. And we're up 8.5% in holiday sales compared to last year. This morning, we drove by Home Depot, and literally half the Christmas trees they had in stock were still sitting there this morning. There's a Christmas tree lot about a mile from where I'm making this video. I never saw more than one car there with people looking at Christmas trees. So we know that people weren't buying Christmas trees like they once did. And just from what people told me from their experiences at their local shopping malls, they weren't as busy. The mall out here, I reported to you a couple weeks ago, was literally a ghost town. Holiday sales up 10.7% from the 2019 holiday period. And as I said, they're up 8.5% from last year. So we're getting all this great news. What we have unemployment down to 4.2%. All this is great news. So I expect, since we have unemployment dropping and holiday sales and everybody's spending all this money, I don't know where it's coming from now, but I guess people are just going to just load up more on the credit cards if you believe the data. See, here's the problem. I'm beginning to not believe much of this data in housing, in the job numbers, in sales numbers. But according to this article, clothing sales rose 47%, jewelry rose 32%, and electronics rose 16%. Please comment down below. Do you believe this? Does this really make any sense to you? Or is this all being fabricated? Holiday sales rose at the fastest pace in 17 years as shoppers, ladies and gentlemen, grappled with higher prices, product shortages, fear of this health crisis. Many people didn't go out. Many of their Christmas gifts are still floating out on a ship in Long Beach. Online sales are expected to be up around 11%. So while consumers paid more for a house, they paid more for rent, they paid more for gas, they paid more for energy, they paid more for the food at the grocery store, somehow they came up with more money than ever to spend at Christmas. Now look, it's possible. Maybe they did. Maybe these buy now, pay later services, credit cards, payday loans, pulling equity out of their homes. Maybe they did. But I find it very, very hard to believe, because when you really research the data and you really see the amount of debt people are holding, remember, people didn't even pay off $35 million of credit card debt from the previous holiday season, and they're rolling back over into it today and spending even more. I don't know. I mean, are people really this foolish? Do you believe this data? I don't believe it. I don't believe that we could see record-breaking sales this year compared to last year in 2019, the highest in 17 years. I mean, come on. So let me know what you think. Comment down below. But this is, I think, more of the illusion that we're going to see in 2022. More fake data. more of the fabrication that, how great the stock market's doing, although we know why. It's corporate buybacks, it's 0% interest rates, it's the Fed in there buying, whatever it wants to, and being literally solely supported by the Fed. So is the stock market really at an all-time high? It's all an illusion. It's all being propped up, just like these numbers, in my opinion, are being propped up. Where do Christmas decorations come from? Question mark. This a article on The Hedge I was reading last night. So while Americans put more money on their credit cards, China produced nearly 88% of all Christmas decorations and making billions of dollars from these decorations while people use their credit cards, payday loans, buy now, pay later services to buy fake Christmas trees, ornaments, decorations that were not made here. Isn't it amazing? People go further into debt to make other countries wealthier, to keep other countries working, while who knows what the real unemployment number is here in America. One thing we do know is 107 million people are not in the labor force here. But apparently a lot of people are working in China because they're making a lot of ornaments and selling them all over the world. And America is the #1 importer, the #1 buyer of these decorations. Do we make anything here in America? Somebody comment down below and name me 10 things that we make here in America. I mean, it is unbelievable. We don't even make Christmas decorations any longer in America. So while we import nearly everything right here in America, check this out. In 2021, it cost 4 times. It was 4 times more expensive to ship a standard container from China. And, I'm so sick of people saying, well, it's too expensive to produce here. You will pay $200, $300, $400, $500 for a Nike gym shoe that costs literally $2 to make in another country. Somebody's getting very wealthy. But we don't want to pay people a real wage here in America. So they will continue to charge even more, and now shipment cost even more. Who's going to pay for this? You pay for this. So while all the jobs went to other countries, we're now paying more for these products than if we were making them right here. Just the shipping cost alone is just inflating the cost of so many products. And on top of that, how many millions of jobs did we lose over the last 3 or 4 decades from all this? And prices, oh no, it's for the good of the country, because if we ship our factories over there, we can produce it for so much less. Yes, they do produce it for a lot less, but they're charging even more for the same shoe, for the same Christmas ornament, same decoration, anything coming from overseas. But it seems like corporate America is becoming, that 1% is becoming so wealthy. Wow. They use these factories all over the world in this cheap labor where they pay people peanuts, slave wages, and then we buy it and support all of this. And in the meantime, we sacrifice our jobs, and now people are realizing all those great manufacturing jobs, if they were here today, we wouldn't be reliant on other countries. We wouldn't be sitting here looking at over 100 cargo ships out in Long Beach and Los Angeles. Maybe if we were making semiconductors here, we could actually be manufacturing, producing automobiles right now, keeping people on those auto lines, those production lines, and giving people real jobs. The real jobs are manufacturing jobs, but people have gotten, this crony capitalism has spread so far, and so few have gotten so wealthy while we've sacrificed our standard of living, our jobs, and our futures. Look, I have nothing against other countries. I have nothing against the Chinese people, but I'm so upset with how we have just sold out the people of this country. And so many people are so dumbed down, naive, been drinking the Kool-Aid, been just so bamboozled, have no idea what they have given up, what they have been robbed of. Their futures, their standard of living, been robbed. And your dollar has been robbed. Washington Post, health crisis snarls some Christmas travel plans. 3,800 flights canceled worldwide. This came out yesterday. So just Friday and Saturday, nearly 4,000 flights canceled globally because of this looming health crisis. And, you know, I read this, and 1 minute I'm hearing about how great the airlines are doing. And another thing that they're not saying is people are in these airlines are just quitting their jobs. Okay, they're just walking off. Yes, partially because of this health crisis, but yes, partially because people are just walking off. They're quitting. How many millions of people in the last 3 months have quit their jobs? Millions. And we've seen this just happen last month, where people were walking on these airlines, and now they did it at the worst possible time. And, you know, sooner or later, the airlines will be in massive trouble again. And guess what? They're going to want another bailout. They're going to want you and I to bail them out yet again. Another one here, 2,400 flights canceled since Christmas Eve on crew shortage. That's the past 48 hours. For whatever reason. People are quitting these jobs, and it is really causing a big problem with the airlines. So tomorrow, markets open up again. We're heading into 2022 shortly. What to expect? I expect we're going to feel a severe amount of pain in 2022. You know, get ready, because everything's going to be great news. They want to sell you and bamboozle you that everything's great because the stock market continues to go up. There's no reason why the stock market should stop going up at this point. It should be up with this great news that we got on Christmas sales. Look, do they really care about airline travel and how many billions of dollars the airlines are losing? No. All these markets care about is how much the Fed is going to artificially pump into them. How much will the Fed really buy behind the scenes? That's all it cares about. And, you know, will the Fed ever really taper? Look, I think that they are going to. How much they do is another question. How long they taper and how long they can continue the taper, that's a different question. We are heading into uncharted waters in 2022, and I cannot stress and emphasize enough that you really be preparing. There's never been a time more important right now that you own real assets, that you own food, water, security, you know, have extra batteries, candles, you know, garbage bags, vitamins, protein powders, extra pharmaceuticals, extra dog food, extra cat food for your animals. Just really, whatever your situation is, make sure you're thinking right now of what you could be putting away. Look, as I've said 100 times, it doesn't cost a whole lot to go get an extra 5 or 10 cans of food. It doesn't cost a whole lot to go get you know, an extra case of water, to have it laying around. It's calm and peaceful out here today, ladies and gentlemen. I've had a couple private jets flying over the house here, heading into the Palm Springs airport. The 1% are doing great. Yacht sales up, jet sales up, super and hypercar sales up. But for the average American, for the 90+% of this country, their bills are up. Their debt is up. Their standard of living is down. And what we're about to enter, 2022, look, I don't want to be right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I'm not. But you all know, and you all can sense, and you can all connect the dots what's about to happen in 2022. They're going to continue to tell you and I that everything's fine because the stock market's up. Don't worry that you lost your job. Don't worry that you have $25,000 in credit card debt. Don't worry that you have $80,000 in student loan debt. Don't worry about any of this. Don't worry. Just keep getting deeper into debt. And the people who are deeply in debt are going to be the people so easily controlled, so reliant on the system. You're going to be reliant on the system to feed you. You're going to be reliant on the system to give you money, crumbs, just to keep you going. Get out of the system, ladies and gentlemen, right now, this December 26th, as I make this video. Get out of the system. Be your own central bank. Get out and prepare right now. Things are about to change. You're going to see, I really believe, and I don't give predictions, I don't have a crystal ball, but I believe we're going to see very big problems in the stock market coming, and we're going to see bigger problems in the housing market. we're going to see a lot of this manipulation turned upside down. And the people who've been reliant on the system, who've believed in the system, believed in the banking institutions, all of these cryptos, and all this fairy dust. This is the time right now to be owning and buying real things that you can touch, things that you can get to. Right now, it's never been more important to own real things. Get your debts paid off. Anybody telling you that this is the time to be running up debt is lying to you. They're idiots. Look, they didn't forgive the debt during the Great Depression. They didn't forgive the debt in 2008. And they are going to squash, they're going to wipe out people with debt during this next one. And this next one is getting close. Time is not your friend. And ladies and gentlemen, the clock is ticking. Are you ready? God bless.